Okay, I'm pretty sure you already know from the title. Today we are talking about these SHEENEFFECT multi-chrome eyeshadows here. These four. Lighting is not doing it justice, so I did a couple low light or flashlight clips so you could check. And today I'm gonna swatch this, of course, on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna apply it on my eyelids, and I'm gonna talk about how I feel about these, the wear of it, and in the end I want to compare these to some other similar kind of stuff. So if you are interested, keep watching. So first, the swatch and application part. I used this orange one, like yellowy orange shade. It has like pinky shift, yellowy shift. Mixed together, it just looks like orange. Oh, actually, this was my second. This was the second one I tried. I messed up with the water, but whatever. This one, the second one. So this one I think is more of a daily type of color because, you know, this is not like outstanding type of like green, purple or blues. It's it blends with the normal type of brownish base pretty well, and I feel like it creased a normal amount when I use these, but there's one time I paired this with a hince single eyeshadow. That one is more of a powder to cream to powder formulation, and that one feels a little bit silicone-y. So after I applied this eyeshadow on that one, which I applied this shade on top of it, but that time it transferred to the other parts, the upper part of the lid quite quickly, maybe not even an hour. But when I was using my normal powder eyeshadows, it was all normal. I did not notice it transferring everywhere. I did not noticing it crease that much. So I think it's could be just the combination of that cream eyeshadow. I have used the other three with normal powder eyeshadows. They all look fine. So I really like this. I feel like for a chrome or multi-chrome eyeshadow, this is definitely a easier to use type of shade. So the second shade I have, which is actually the first shade I have tried, I think this should be translated to Mermaid Princess, and it is quite a mermaidy shade, I'm not gonna lie. Warm pink transferred to like a cool toned pink, so it also looks orange, but it is more of like a pinky orange shade. This shade is very, very nice as well. I love this on my eyelids, and I would also say this is kind of a daily basis, kind of easy to wear type of shade because it's just like a warm pinky-ish tone, and it's not like out of standing type of thing, but again I think it's easy to wear, and it's not too beaming. These two, as you can tell, it's not the most intense ones you could find, which I guess it depends on who you're asking. For me, even though I appreciate super intense eyeshadows, I just don't find me applying it that intensely if I am using it on a daily basis. You know what I mean? I don't want to look like I have a foil on my eyelid when I'm just going to the office. So I would use it in a sheer way anyways, so I wouldn't care if a product just was not super intense upfront, if you know what I mean. So these two, again, for me, they are more of the wearable ones. So the third one this one, the name is just 618. I don't know why the name is like this, 618. Is it like any meaning to that? A hologram shade. This camera is not very good at transferring the shade correctly and capture the shifts or the glitteriness. On the back of my hand, swatched, you see it just like a warm peachy tone, but in real life it's kind of rainbow. Like some on some angle is like gold, some angle is like blue, and some angle is like green. I would say the green is the like majority of the angle. It looks like kind of green, but it is like a rainbow kind of shade. And I would say this is the most intense among the 4 I have tried today. So I kind of have to be careful with this one. Especially if I'm gonna layer a couple layers. Essentially, it does get in the level that it looks like foil. Like the more you layer it, the more intense it is. Like I feel like you cannot tell how shiny it is, but you can tell how opaque it is on the camera. So if you just layer it, completely cover your skin. So it looks like foil. And as I layer it, I feel like, you know, the thicker it is, the more rainbow it feels. Even though I have to say it's never gonna look like a full rainbow, because I feel like this is more on the green yellow side of the rainbow rather than purple and blue. I feel like it's kind of hard to make a product the full range of rainbow when it comes to eyeshadow. For nail polish, probably, but on eyeshadow, I have never seen something that's like a full rainbow multichrome shift. For the multichrome thing, I feel like 3 shades is kind of like maximum. That's my opinion, or like my experience. 4th one is, I don't know, again, like Night Fairy, I guess. It's a blue, and I would love to say it's like a purple blue, purple shifting to blue, even though it's hard to tell on this camera. See the footage, okay? So this one I would also say is a easier to wear one, even though it's a blue, you know, because it's a blue, is gonna be less wearable. If we just set the color aside and just talk about the effects, I feel like this is on the more natural side. I would say it's weaker than this one, but stronger than these two. I would love to use this on a daily basis. It doesn't look too blue because it still has that purpleness in it. I really love this one as well. My conclusion for these are, I would not say they are the most unique. Maybe it's just the shade I've chosen, you know. They are not groundbreaking shades, but they are very beautiful, and I do not regret getting these. Do I plan to get more? Maybe, or maybe not. Yeah, because it's very hard to choose shade, and you know, at the end of the day, you only have a rainbow range of shade when it comes to multichrome. You normally don't have that much route you can go. So I feel like these 4 captured the majority of the direction a multichrome shadow can go. And I got a good range of daily usage type of shade, so I think I'm happy with my collection. If you have tried some other shades that are like groundbreaking, let me know. It really is a full-time job to try to find a shade from this range. It's very hard because everything looks so beautiful and a lot of shade looks similar and you don't know the difference. So again, for the shades I chose, it's not that special you know, among the multichrome family, of course, if you just compare these to your like normal, very basic shimmers, these are special. I'm just talking about within the multichrome range. They're not special. Okay, I think I have solidified my opinion on this. I like them. It just the base, you know, if you're using like a cream or silicone base underneath this, it might transfer. So I think it's just because of the base solely, because if this is cream, okay, this is cream, so if you apply something like slippery underneath, it doesn't adhere well. I think that just makes sense, not the fault of this formulation. So now let's compare to some other similar concept stuff. Girl Code. I don't know if you can still get this, but just for the comparison purposes, let's compare this shade. I feel like this is one of the like more rainbowy ones. Like further, you could see better. It's actually, if you just look at itself by itself, it's not like a weak shade, but compared to the other ones, it does look weaker, right? So you can see, even though I said some of these are like more of the natural ones, but it's actually not. Like compared to each other, there are weaker ones and stronger ones, but compared to like powdered eyeshadow, I feel like these are pretty strong, right? Try the orange one as well, because the orange one might look more intense. Look at that. Yeah, it's easier to make a darker shade look very shiny, but not very easy to make like these lighter shades super shiny. These are not multichrome, but these are pretty intense, glittery, shimmery colors from Flower Nose. I think you would already recognize it by the packaging. So this is like a classic chunky, super intense glitter. So compared to these, you could see the finish difference. It's like a fine, super fine type of reflection. It's not like very chunky like this. I love this, but it's just like a different look compared to each other. Also just glitters. They are not multi-chromes, but they are very intense. See that? A little bit scary even. I feel like still this one from Narimi is more of like a solid color and is a tiny bit more chunky. Not as chunky as this one, but still chunkier than these. These are more of like smoother finish. I feel like you could also tell from my eyelid. It's not like super chunky. This eyelid, I have to like tone it down, like wipe it away the amount of eyeshadow I was applying in order to be wearable on the daily basis, because this is the first thing in the morning and I'm gonna go to the office after this. So I think I have included the ones I have that I can think of, and yeah, I don't know what else I have to say about these. I like these and I hope this is helpful for you if you are eyeing this product for a while. I have people telling me in the comment section when I hauled these that they want to see a review. So again, I hope it's helpful for you. And thank you very much for watching. Bye.